What is up, everybody? So we may or may not be speeding on the highway at nighttime while recording ourselves. But if I don't look at the camera very often, that's why. Anywho, yeah, it's about 11:30 p.m. Pretty good day. But it is day 2 of mental freedom. And something I realized. I hung out with 2 sets of friends today. One was an old set of friends from actually elementary and middle school. Hadn't seen them in probably 6 months. And it was really good seeing everybody. But what I realized is that no one changed. I take that back. A few people changed. But the biggest percent did not make a big change in maturity, a change in where they wanted to go, what they wanted to do with their life, who they wanted to be. And like the most evident place that appeared was in their speech, because that's typically the most obvious surface level thing, just with what people say and what they talk about. Small people talk about their complaints and degrading things. Average people talk about events and happenings. And then extraordinary people talk about extraordinary things. They talk about where they're going, what they care about, what matters to them, their purpose. And my buddies, love them. Love the guys, every single one of them. But a few of them, like, if you're swearing every 4 words and you're degrading women and you're just making all these terribly crude jokes that were funny when you didn't know any better in 7th grade, and you still think it's funny 5, 6, 7 years later, newsflash, it's not. Newsflash, not everybody wants to stay at that level. And guys, what you'll find is the second you stick your head above the crowd, people will throw tomatoes at you. The second you try and go the next step, sit up off the couch and get your butt going somewhere of importance, all your buddies who are still sitting on the couch, they don't want to look bad. They don't want you to make them look bad. So their options are option A, which is tough, which is get up off the couch with ya and go somewhere and do something and actually care about who you want to be, the legacy you want to leave. And then option 2 is try and grab your arm as you leave. Or if you're a little far out there, yell at you, call you an idiot, say all these stupid things, saying, get back on the couch. Come on, what are you doing? We're all over here. We're all chilling right here. We're not leaving. What are you doing? Like, why are you wasting your time? The couch is comfortable. It's soft. It's warm. Why would you ever leave? And one of my buddies, he was saying how he did NoFap November. And then he was also saying how much he just binged afterwards, like it was no big deal. And I commend him that he was able to go 30 days. But the fact was he just did it so he could say it. It was a status thing. It was a look at me, I did it. Check it off. All right, we're just going to go right back to the way we lived before. And this really didn't change me at all. And if your mentality is, all right, I'm going to go a week, I'm going to go 30 days, I'm going to go 90 days. And then I'll be reset, we'll be good, and then it won't even matter anymore. You're wrong, because it still does matter. And if that were to resurface in your marriage or in your future marriage, sure, even if you weren't necessarily addicted to it then, would you want your wife finding out about that? Would you want your kids, your younger son? Let's take a 10-year-old son. Would you want him finding out about that? Oh, perfect. There's a cop. Beautiful. We are in the dark here, folks. Anywho. Alright, he's getting off on the next exit. Okay, so this is a terrible example. All my advice, except recording yourself while driving on the highway, is good. Alright, he's gone. Boom, we're back. Wow. Alright, so where were we? 10-year-old son. See, this is real, guys. I'm a real person. I make mistakes too. 10-year-old son says, Daddy, what are you doing? Oh, son, oh, yeah, this is just some stupid thing that I did when I was younger. It's not really a big deal. I just had an urge. Yeah, I'm just objectifying women and hurting myself and basically cheating on your mom. Oh, okay, Daddy. Yeah. Like, that makes me sick. And I don't care what your reasoning is. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry if this is too bold. I'm very pro-truth. And yes, this is an opinion, but personally, I believe it's the right opinion. Because even if your wife's okay with that, you really shouldn't be. You really shouldn't be. Because if you list the pros and cons, you'll realize there's no pros. You're lying to yourself. Every pro on that list is a lie. It's painful. It's detrimental. And a lot of my buddies, great guys, again, they probably have phenomenal future jobs, future relationships, future everything. But if you keep living a double life, if you're person A when you're at home and then you're person B when you're with your buddies, and you could never be person B at home because your family would be like, what? Who are you? What are you saying? That's disgusting. How could you be talking that way? And then you go home to your parents, or you go home to, you know what I mean? You cannot have these multiple personalities where you're person A here, person B here, person C at work. You're constantly putting on these masks of not who you really are. You take it off and you're real everywhere, and it is so freeing, guys. So freeing. So, friend group 2, super positive, super uplifting. They know what they're doing with their lives. It's my business internship group. Christian for the most part. If you're not a believer, I'm not judging anybody here. I'm just saying these are the facts. This is just what they were. And yeah, very positive group of people. Really include everybody. Never talk down on anybody. We played some volleyball. We played some dodgeball. We did these like Christmas skits and performed them. And yeah, it sounds like a pretty interesting internship. I know it's not your standard business internship. I'm very blessed to be a part of this. But yeah, you got to get around a group of people that is how you want to act. And that verbiage was terrible, so let me try and restate. You want to be around a group of people who lives the way that you want to live, who has the integrity that you want to have, who acts the way you want to act, who talks the way you want to talk, who has the relationships, the families, the finance that you want to have. You know what I mean? So if you're hanging out with your buddies and you want to ever be proud to have those buddies say those things in front of your family, to have those buddies say those things in front of your girlfriend, to have those buddies say those things in front of your kids, maybe those aren't great buddies. But they're my bros, and they've always been my bros, and we just do this drinking thing on the weekend. It all goes right here. And it's rough and it's tough, but sometimes you got to make choices for your future and your family future. Your family's future. That's what, yes. And so by no means am I saying cut everyone out of your life, have a clean state, fresh start, No. But I'm just saying, be careful who you spend your time with. Because there's 2 minute people, there's 2 hour people, and there's 2 day people. Some people you can spend 2 minutes with, but not 2 hours with. Because at 2 hours, they're just basically draining you. And this isn't a lot of people, it's a pretty small group of people. But essentially, these people are pretty self-obsessed and typically could care more about their phone than you. Typically will go out of their way to make you look bad if it makes them look good. Very self-centered, as we talked about. And then just talks about terrible topics. And then the biggest category of people, this is where probably 90% of people are, is those 2 hour people who you can spend 2 hours with, but you could not spend 2 days with. Because 2 days, you're going to be like, all right, guys, like, we've been playing video games and watching movies and looking at memes on the Instagram page for about 6 hours each the past 2 days. Like, what are we doing, guys? Like, do you want to have an actual discussion about life? Do you want to catch up? Like, do you want to talk? Like, I just want to cash a check of our time and basically burn it, toss it in the trash. You're given 24 hours every single day when you wake up, and what are you doing it? What are you cashing that check as? How are you spending that time? You're spending time. You're always spending time. You can't choose to not spend time. You're always spending it, no matter what you're doing. So you gotta be careful with those checks. And then finally, on the other super small group of people, typically even smaller than the 2 minute group, is the 2 day people, who you can spend 2 full days with. And again, those are the people that are gonna positively impact you and who are in a place in life where you want to be. And those are the people you want to associate with. That is called the power of association. Look it up. This is a real thing. I'm not just saying words here. This isn't from nottruefacts.com. Oh, man. I'm amazed that's on the real website. It'd be killer. Somebody go make a bunch of money off that. It'd be hilarious. Anyway, I love sidetracking. That's really all I had for today. That is my biggest piece of communication. Yeah, I look forward to talking tomorrow. Stay strong out there. Mental Freedom Day 2. Peace.